What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you my recipe for spatchcock chicken. Here's a quick shot of all the ingredients, and here is the chicken. Today we'll be spatchcocking this chicken, which essentially means we're just going to be removing the backbone or the spine of the bird. Use your kitchen shears to cut down each side and then remove it like so. Go ahead and pop that in the freezer so you can use it for chicken stock later. Next, we're going to make one incision right there in the breastbone, and using your hands, you're going to snap it and pop it out. That's going to help the chicken lay flat and cook much more evenly. And that's all there is to it. Don't be intimidated by the butcher work. Super simple. We're going to start by seasoning with our base layer of flavor, which is salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. You want to be generous here because we're cooking a whole chicken. Nobody wants a bland chicken. Our next layer of flavor is going to be Tony's Creole seasoning. Feel free to use whatever you like, but I tend to like Cajun or Creole seasoning for my poultry. And the third layer is something more traditional, just a nice Italian seasoning. Your house is going to be smelling like Thanksgiving pretty soon. And finally, we're adding a layer of barbecue rub. Mostly for color, but also adds a little bit of spice as well. Then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. But this is our presentation side, or the money side as I like to call it. So be very careful to make sure that you're coating the chicken very evenly so that it's real nice and pretty when you present it. Always remember to pat your seasoning into the chicken or whatever meat you're preparing. Don't rub it in. And again, just be very careful to try to make it as even as possible. There you go. And once your chicken is nice and pretty looking, it's time to build a nest for the chicken. So we're going to start by slicing a lemon, followed by crushing some garlic and slicing one onion. This nest or bed is going to have two purposes. First and foremost, it's going to impart a ton of flavor into the chicken. It's also going to act as a heat deflector, which is going to help the chicken not burn up in the skillet and cook super evenly. So start by layering your lemon first, and then followed by the garlic. Then we're going to add our onion. And finally, we're going in with our fresh herbs. Today I'm using rosemary and thyme, but you can throw some sage in there as well. Whatever you have is going to be just fine. And then you nestle your chicken right on top of that bed of aromatics. We're going to pop this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how big your chicken is. And then about halfway through, we're going to add a stick of butter. Once the butter melts, we're going to go ahead and baste the chicken with its juices combined with that butter. And then the lemon, the garlic, rosemary. Just the most delicious basting liquid you can come up with. Make sure it's covered beautifully. That's going to help the skin brown up and get crispy, as you see here. Let the chicken rest for about 15 minutes before you slice it. Fresh out of the tanning bed, quick little money shot. And now, I'm going to stand as awkwardly as possible as I attempt to carve this chicken. As you can see, the leg quarters just come right off because the chicken is nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and go right down that breastbone, separate the two breasts. And then I'm going to give you guys a quick slicing shot. But first, let's check for juiciness. Look at that. Damn. Skin stays on, which means it's nice and crispy. Beautifully sliced chicken breast there, perfect for meal prep. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything. And as always, thank you for your support.